One, 2, 3, 4, 5 planets. Okay. Wuo. Wuo is a terrestrial planet only known from scan data picked up by unmanned probes. Though over 76 AU from the blue giant Gorgon, temperatures in Wuo's orbit are still dangerously high. Only ships with very powerful heat-radiating systems can venture that deep into the system. Fortunately, Wuo is not a terribly interesting world. It has a thin atmosphere of nitrogen and methane, and the scorching surface is mainly composed of alumina with deposits of platinum. The world is tidally locked to Wuo, leaving the sunward side scorched and irradiated wasteland, and the dark side a frigid and ice-crusted. Vectra is a typical hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of methane and sodium in its atmosphere. The heat of the star Gorgon is slowly blasting away the gas giant's massive atmosphere, which is visible as a long dim tail that trails behind the planet. Camaron is a terrestrial world with a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and argon. The surface is scorching hot and mainly composed of iron with deposits of nickel. Like Wuo, Camaron is tight locked to the blue giant forever, looking into the face of the Gorgon. A standard hydrogen-helium gas giant, the methane in Shartlu's atmosphere gives it an azure hue. The Asari crew who initially surveyed the system during Earth's 17th century named Shartlu after a then-popular soprano. The singer was renowned for her unusual skin tone, which was quite similar to that of the planet. Soprano singer of Asari culture, I think. Not humans, right? Orbiting at an unbelievable distance of 710 AU, over 66 billion kilometers from Gorgon, Slekon is a huge gas giant with an atmosphere tainted by methane and chlorine. 66 billion kilometers from the Sun? Unidentified space facility. This space station appears to have been assembled from used off-the-shelf civilian ship modules of diverse origins. There are no obvious hull markings, and it is not broadcasting any ID signal, so the supply ship that arrived on listening post Theta came from here. Alright, on your guards, girls. Wait a minute. These are Arachnids. Okay, so I was wrong. I was wrong and right. Hold on. Okay, so I thought the supply ship was sent to listening post Theta by someone, but now I'm beginning to think that my initial theory was right. It was the Rachni who sent the supply ship to listening post Theta. Maybe the Rachni disguising themselves as a supply ship. They were using the supply ship to disguise themselves, and when the supply ship arrives at post Theta, they attack the soldiers there. So yeah, the Rachni are sentient. If the Rachni is capable of doing something like that, hiding in supply ship to disguise themselves, and using the ship, commandeering the ship to travel to another system, meaning that they know how to operate ships and they know how to interact with the mass relay. So the Rachni are sentient, they're not animals.
Personal data recorder for Major Elena Flores.
Major Elena Flores?
Play the first entry.
Sigma 23 is almost fully operational. The barracks and storage lockers are complete and we've begun stocking the munitions. It's highly unlikely the Alliance will patrol in the nebula. I expect our only risk will be from pirates, and who'll believe them? Looks like we'll have space for 2 reinforced platoons of Cerberus commandos.
Cerberus? Is that a corporation?
So these are the Cerberus group. The name was mentioned in a different quest. So they are not with the Alliance. Are they alien? Are they humans?
Play the second entry.
The package arrived today for field testing. I'm told they're fundamentally similar to the units being developed on Noveria. They promise this batch will be stable. Something about them developing in proximity to the master control unit. We detected some pirates setting up an anchorage in a neighboring system. I think we'll try deploying them there first.
Okay, so hold on. Batch. So they are using the okay, they mention Noveria. So they're using the Ragni as weapons. And in the entry 2, they are field testing the Ragni on some pirates.
Play the last entry.
They've escaped containment. Clever bastards. We treated them like animals. We should have treated them like POWs. They're spreading. Boarding the supply ships and sending them to random destinations. They'll be all over the cluster in a week. General, if you recover this message, my advice is, screw the Ragni. They're too smart. Use one of the other projects. Flores, signing off. For the final time.
Another batch of experimental Ragni get loose. These things need warning labels.
So the Ragni escape containment and they're using the ships to spread themselves all over the cluster.
Play the last entry.
They've escaped containment. Clever bastards. We treated them like animals. We should have treated them like POWs. They're spreading. Boarding the supply ships and sending them to random destinations. They'll be all over the cluster in a week. General, if you recover this message, my advice is, screw the Ragni. They're too smart. Use one of the other projects. Flores, signing off. For the final time.
Okay, so the Ragni are boarding the supply ships. They deliberately send the supply ships to random locations in order to yeah, they're trying to survive. So the supply ship that arrives on listening post Theta, it was filled with Ragni. The soldiers there didn't know. Of course, how could they know? So if they are boarding the supply ships and spreading themselves all over random locations, they're trying to spread, they're trying to colonize other worlds, or they're trying to increase their chances of survival by not sticking together. So if one group finds out and taken out, the other groups can still thrive. Wow, how many Ragni supply ships were sent? We need to find out, because it would be dangerous if this Ragni landed on a planet colonized by humans or other species.
Let's go.
The escaped Ragni definitely came from the station, though the motives behind the Cerberus group are vague. To prevent further contamination, arm the station's cattle charges and evacuate to the Normandy. Alright, Ashley mentioned the Cerberus as a corporation, but the Cerberus are using military ranks. General, and was it Major Flores? And also they're using military ranks, but they are not with the Alliance, because they spoke about the Alliance earlier in the entry. They spoke about the Alliance, and the way they speak about the Alliance does not imply that the Cerberus is part of the Alliance. Ashley mentioned them being Ashley was questioning whether they are a corporation, but they are using military ranks. And if they are not with the Alliance, then are they alien military? But I don't think they're alien military, because Flores is a human name, right? Or maybe there is also an alien naming convention that uses the name Flores. What are the odds? I think they're humans. Demolition charges. Oh my god. 1 minute. Oh, red triangles. Shit. Come on, girls. We need to leave. Fast. All right. So what are we doing now? Depot Sigma 23. You've cleared the base of Ragnar and discovered that this was another of Cerberus' secret experiments. At least they won't be breeding Ragnar again anytime soon. So far, these Cerberus have been involved in 2 projects, the Ragnar and the Husks. I don't remember the name, but there was a colony whose inhabitants were turned into husks, and according to the logs, some time ago there was someone from Cerberus who arrived in that colony, and I'm guessing they have something to do with the colonies turning into husks. Yeah, this one. Logs seem to indicate this colony was intentionally infected by Cerberus. The inhabitants were innocent victims of the nefarious organization's experiments. So far we know that Cerberus is involved in 2 experiments, the Ragnar and the Husks, and they are not part of the Alliance military, but they use military ranks. Interesting. Are they the Alliance intelligence agency? I don't know. Okay, let's go. Okay, Styx Theta. We've cleared Styx Theta, right? Next we go to Hawking Eta. Century.
Message coming in, Commander. Big surprise, the Alliance needs you again.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett with Alliance Command. We've got a mission for you. Major Kyle, your commanding officer Torfin, has set up a small compound in the Hawking Eta cluster. He's attracted a number of biotic followers. He's become an outspoken critic of the Alliance, and we believe he's mentally unstable. This could be trouble, Shepard.
What kind of proof do you have that the Major is dangerous?
3 days ago, we sent 2 Alliance representatives to meet with him at his compound. They've disappeared. We believe Kyle and his followers killed them. That compound is a cult, Shepard. They call him Father Kyle now. He set himself up as some kind of religious leader.
You said his followers were biotics?
Yes. Major Kyle never showed any biotic tendencies himself, though. I think he's just latched onto a group he identifies with. Many biotics feel marginalized or ostracized by society. Kyle probably sees them as victims who need his protection, and they see him as someone who will fight for them. Unfortunately, he's convinced them that the Alliance is somehow responsible for all their problems. We can't let him go on like this.
What were those Alliance representatives going to talk to Major Kyle about?
They wanted to bring him back to an Alliance facility for treatment. Major Kyle served us faithfully for many years. We weren't going to abandon him. Given his state of mind, however, he probably saw them as a threat. We're almost certain he had his followers killed them.
What else can you tell me about Major Kyle?
He's not the same man you served under. He feels responsible for the Alliance soldiers who died at Torfan. His psych evaluations showed he couldn't handle the stress of command anymore. He was given an honorable discharge in early retirement. We'd hoped he would get better in time, but we underestimated how far gone he was. Now it looks like it's too late.
I might be able to end this without violence.
That may not be possible, Commander. We don't want a bloodbath, but Kyle is dangerous. I'll trust you to use your judgment. Hack it out.
1, 2, 3, 4 planets. Tamahera has a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and xenon. The surface is icy and composed of sodium oxide with deposits of calcium. It contains a few unremarkable metals but mainly consists of rock. The presence of canyons and floodplains indicates that liquid water once existed, suggesting Tamahera had a thicker insulating atmosphere in the past. Klendagon is an arid terrestrial, slightly larger than Earth, but with a lower density that reflects its relative lack of heavier elements. The crust is composed of tin and aluminum, with wide deserts of dust-fine sand that are easily stirred by the wind. Klendagon's most striking feature is, of course, the Great Rift Valley that stretches across the southern hemisphere. What is most fascinating about the rift is that it does not appear to be natural. The geological record suggests it is the result of a glancing blow by a mass accelerator round of unimaginable destructive power. This occurred some 37 million years ago. A glancing blow by a mass accelerator round of unimaginable destructive power. What is the real target then, if it is only a glancing blow? The Great Rift Valley. I can land. A terrestrial world of average size, Cancira's atmosphere is composed of nitrogen and argon. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of tin with deposits of calcium. Aside from some spectacular formations of water ice at the poles, the planet has little to recommend it. While scanning this planet, you have detected a significant deposit of cobalt. Light metal surveyed. Tharoplo is a typical hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of chlorine and sulfur in its atmosphere. It has over 100 moons and an extensive ring system composed of pulverized rock, presumably the debris from shattered moons. Tharoplo. While scanning the planet Tharoplo, you discovered a tiny moon with some odd readings. Further scans by Chief Engineer Adams revealed a destroyed escape pod. Your salvage team recovered the components and found a League of One medallion. Presrop is the moon of Klendagon. It is a frigid, barren world with an extremely thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. The crust contains plentiful deposits of heavy metals. The Alliance has open bidding for the moon's mineral rights, but exploitation will be complicated by the system's proximity to the 5 kiloparsec ring around the galactic core. The ring is an area of intense star formation and too dangerous to safely travel. Presrop's landscape is a nightmare of jagged, overlapping ridges and geological shock zones created by some ancient disaster. This has not deterred a generation of illegal wildcat miners from attempting to exploit the moon's mineral riches. Unfortunately, many have lost their lives. Who are these guys? Okay, what is the name of that planet? I forgot. Okay, so that's how it looks like. The Great Rift Valley is the result of a glancing blow from a mass accelerator round of unimaginable destructive power. There is a big scar. So how big is the weapon that was used to mass accelerate the round? How big was the weapon used to mass accelerate the round that glanced a blow on this planet? On that planet. I forgot the name of the planet. You have successfully surveyed a large deposit of uranium. Rare elements surveyed. You have successfully surveyed a large deposit of gold. Heavy metal surveyed.
This is a private sanctuary. Outsiders are not welcome here.
I need to talk to the man in charge. It's important.
Father Kyle wants nothing more to do with the Alliance.
My name is Commander Shepard. Major Kyle knows me. I have to speak to him.
Wait. Father Kyle will speak with you. Head to the building at the far end of the compound. He'll meet you there.
Far end of the compound. Okay, so Major Kyle served in the same campaign with Shepard in Torfan.
The Alliance wants to wipe us out. Father Kyle told us. Just because we're biotics doesn't mean we don't deserve to be treated fairly. The Alliance wants to wipe us out. Father Kyle told us.
Father Kyle says we biotics have to stick together. Those other men from the Alliance tried to kill Father Kyle. Father Kyle says other humans are scared of us because they know we're better than them. Those other men from the Alliance tried to kill Father Kyle.
Everyone looks at us like we're freaks, just because we have biotics. The Alliance sent assassins to kill Father Kyle, but we stopped them.
Stop them how? Did you kill them?
Don't try anything. We're watching you. Nobody cares about us biotics. We have to look out for each other. Everyone looks at us like we're freaks, just because we have biotics.
Father Kyle says we biotics have to stick together. Father Kyle says other humans are scared of us because they know we're better than them. We can't trust the Alliance. Father Kyle says Father Kyle says other humans are scared of us because they know we're better than them.
Father Kyle says we biotics.
Just because we're biotics doesn't mean we don't deserve to be treated fairly. If you try to take Father Kyle away from us, you'll end up like those other Alliance soldiers. Biotics can feel safe here. The Alliance wants to wipe us out. Father Kyle told us. Biotics can feel safe here.
We can't trust the Alliance. Father Kyle says other humans are scared of us because they know we're better than them.
If you try to take Father Kyle away from us, you'll end up like those other Alliance soldiers.
Don't try anything. We're watching you. The Alliance sent assassins to kill Father Kyle, but we stopped them. Everyone looks at us like we're freaks, just because we have biotics. Everyone looks at us like we're freaks, just because we have biotics. The Alliance... Don't try anything. We're watching you.
The Alliance wants to wipe us out. Father Kyle told us.
I know you, the Butcher of Torfen. Why have you come here, Shepherd? Why can't you leave us alone?
What happened to those other Alliance officers? The ones who came before me?
They wanted to take me away from here. They wanted me to abandon this place, turn my back on my family. They spoke blasphemy. I did what I could to make their end quick and painless. I had no other choice. It was necessary to protect my children. Only I can keep them safe.
The Alliance sent me to bring you in, Major. Can't you see this has gotten out of hand? Don't you understand you're endangering your followers?
I respect that you have come under a banner of peace, but I cannot do as you ask. If you take away their father, my children will be helpless.
You ordered your followers to kill those Alliance investigators. You must face the consequences of your actions. Do you really want your children to suffer for your sins too?
No, this was my fault. My children are innocent, pure. Please, I never meant for this to happen. I'm sorry.
That was a quick change of mind.
You're doing the right thing, Major. Your children will be better off for it. Come on.
Wait, if my children see you taking me away, they won't understand. They will attack and you will be forced to kill them all. You have shown me the error of my ways, Commander. Now you must give me time to explain it to them. It is the only way they will understand. Please, give me 1 hour. After that, I will meet the Alliance authorities at the gates of my compound and surrender without violence. I give you my word.
I'm going to trust you. If you betray that trust, you and all your children will suffer.
I will not betray you, Commander. Thank you for this.
Joker can have the 5th Fleet pick Major Kyle up. I just hope you know what you're doing, Commander.
You should return to the Normandy and notify the Alliance of Kyle's surrender. They'll want to dispatch a ship to take him into custody.
I will surrender myself to the Alliance outside the compound gates in 1 hour, Commander. I give you my word. I will surrender myself to the Alliance outside the compound gates in 1 hour, Commander. I give you my word.
Joker can have the 5th Fleet pick Major Kyle up. I just hope you know what you're doing, Commander.
We can't trust the Alliance.
Crash probe. Salvage.
Ready.
Wrecked mining vehicle. The front of the rover is crumpled in from impact. A glance inside tells you the occupants, probably a team of illegal wildcat miners, are dead. Debris is still sliding down the furrows left by its tires, silent in the near vacuum atmosphere. Oh, the dead bodies of illegal miners? Digging under the beacon revealed a piece of scrap metal, likely from a very old freighter. It was marked on one side with the Macedine outpost insignia, Turian insignia recovered.
You need to turn back, Commander. You're going beyond the range of the operational area. You need to turn back, Commander. You're going beyond the range of the operational area.
This cluster of prefab utility shacks have a distinctly ramshackle look to them. A set of rover tracks lead away over the mountain ridge to the southwest. Southwest? Southwest? Oh, you mean the Wildcat Miner? So this is their camp, I think. This must be their camp. But the miners are dead. So... yeah, that was unfortunate. And I'm guessing this is where they park their vehicle. And this is where they sleep. But they're all dead now.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Admiral Hackett here, Commander. Your helmsman just forwarded your report on Major Kyle. We sent in a team as you instructed. Kyle's followers have disbanded, and the Major surrendered to us without incident. We'll make sure he gets the help he needs. To be honest, Shepard, I thought this thing was going to end in a bloodbath. I don't know how you did it, but you saved a lot of lives. Congratulations.
There is no other cluster, system, in the Hawking Eta. Alright. So we go now to Kepler Verge, I guess. Have I been to Maroon Sea? I have, right? I think I have. Now we go to Kepler Verge and then we go to Armstrong Nebula. Newton, Herschel. Let's see, Newton.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
I've received some troubling information, Commander. We need your help. Someone is killing former Alliance scientists. There have been 4 deaths in the past month.
Former scientists? Sounds like someone has a project they'd like to keep secret.
All 4 scientists worked on a classified project on Akuz. There was a brutal massacre there years ago. An entire unit was killed by thresher moths. It was classified as a natural hazard, but the project dates coincide with the attacks.
You think these scientists had something to do with the attack?
I'm not certain what I think, but it's worth investigating. There was one other scientist on the project, Dr. Wayne. I'm transmitting his last known coordinates. Good luck. 5th Fleet out.
So 4 scientists have died. 1 2, 3, 4 planets, alright? Juncro is a hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of chlorine and sodium in its upper atmosphere. Like Uranus in the Solar System, it is tipped on its side, its north pole facing the star Newton. This gas giant appears to have a large concentration of hydrogen. Gas deposit surveyed. Lan. Klencory is a rock and ice planet with an atmosphere composed of chlorine and argon. The frozen surface is mainly composed of potassium with deposits of iron. Klencory is famously claimed by the eccentric Volus billionaire Kumun Shoal. He claims that a vision of a higher being told him to seek on Klencory, the lost crypts of beings of light. These entities were supposedly created at the dawn of time to protect organic life from synthetic machine devils. Shoal has been excavating on Klencory's toxic surface for 2 decades, at great expense. No government has valued the world enough to evict his small army of mercenaries. No government? So it is implied this planet is not claimed, not even by the Alliance. Scans of the planet Klencory revealed the cockpit of a Volus trading vessel. There are no signs of the rest of the ship, but the salvage team discovered one of Matriarch Dilinaga's writings in the ship's systems. So this Volus trading vessel, is it connected to this Kumun Shoal? I hope not, because that means his endeavor has ended. I'd like to see what he found out, what he finds out, if he finds out anything. Sesmose is an ice dwarf world, its surface composed almost entirely of frozen water. Normally a planetoid this small would not rate inclusion on the system's charts, but Sesmose's unusually large and beautiful ring of ice crystals has made it a popular subject for visual artists. The ring is the result of a glancing equatorial impact which left a large trench and threw a great deal of melted water into the atmosphere. The rings are a temporary feature that will completely decay in a few thousand years. Hold on, a result of a glancing equatorial impact? Is it the same glancing blow? On the other planet? On that other cluster? Really? Though Ontarom's surface is uncomfortably hot, its nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere and abundant shallow seas make it an ideal candidate for habitation by most known species. Unfortunately, the orbit of the moon of Thonal has been slowly decaying since the system coalesced. Its proximity is beginning to have tidal effects, and its dynamo-like revolution through Ontarom's magnetic field is generating increasing powerful electrical storms. While some have suggested emplacement of Mass Effect drives in an attempt to lighten the moon and correct its orbit, the scale of such a project, tens of thousands of drives costing enough to bankrupt the governments of all the Citadel races, make it a pipe dream. A multiracial effort is underway to catalog and preserve the unique genetic diversity of Ontarom's vibrant young biosphere. Exogenic Corp and Heiyuan Genomics represents the Alliance's share of the effort. So on the human side, 2 corporations are involved in cataloging the biosphere, Exogeny and Heiyuan. So what other races are contributing to this besides humans? I assume the Asari is. What are these things? They don't seem to be hostile though. Hey guys, holster your weapons. Or maybe not, just in case. Turian corpse recover. It's unclear what happened to this Turian. He had an ancient paper book with the Bostra outpost insignia printed on the cover. Turian insignia recovered. Alright. What are these creatures? They look like tick, giant tick. But they don't seem to be hostile though, so no need to shoot them. Crash probe salvage. Look at those thunders, lightnings. Beautiful, but of course dangerous, right? Red triangles. Why are they challenging a combat vehicle on foot? They should have take cover or flee. Doesn't make sense. Are they humans? I think they are humans.
Ready.
Hold on, red triangles. What are these? Monsters? I mean aliens? No, I mean, oh, okay. Mercenary. These are mercenaries. I think it's still too loud, the gunfire. These are mercenaries.
Stay back! I've got no grief with you. All I want is this bastard.
Please! He's a madman! Mr. Toombs, you're insane! You need help!
It's Corporal! Corporal Toombs! You don't get to lie! Not today! Today it all comes out!
What all comes out? I'm listening. But I need you to put that gun down.
You don't understand. I don't want to kill anyone. I want to go to sleep without screaming in my dreams. I want the people who sent me to Akuz brought to justice.
Can't you see that Toombs is crazy? Shoot him!
But if I can't get that, I'll have to settle for killing the men who took my life away.
What did the doctor do to you, Corporal?
We were on Akuz when the Thresher Maws hit. My entire unit was wiped out. The Thresher Maws, the scientists were studying them. They let them hit our unit just to watch. I woke up in a holding cell. The scientists were delighted I'd survived. Now they had someone to run tests on.
What kind of tests are we talking about?
You can't believe Toombs. He doesn't have any proof. I demand a fair trial.
Ever had Thresher Maw acid in your veins? I have. They wanted to see what it would do. They're part of some organization, Cerberus, that runs secret tests like this. They treated me like a lab animal. This is justice. This man deserves to die. So, are you going to kill me or not?
Again, Cerberus? So Cerberus has the power or the authority to send Alliance soldiers on a mission? So if they are not part of the military, if they are not part of the Alliance military, then they must be intelligence service, right? To have the power, the authority to pull the strings to send Alliance soldiers somewhere on a mission. And if they're not part of the military, that means they are intelligence agency of the Alliance, or maybe they are an organization that has infiltrated the Alliance. Interesting.
You're better than this, Toombs. You're not like them.
Don't tell me who I am. You got away with a few scratches and a scary reputation. The rest of the unit died, and I was tortured for years, Shepard. You can't judge me. You don't have the right.
Toombs, if I could have helped you on a cruise, I would have. All I can do is help now. Let me.
Okay. I'm no murderer. They couldn't make me one. Just as long as he goes to trial. Maybe the screaming will stop now. I don't know.
Those bastards can't hurt you anymore. Joker, tell the 5th Fleet we need a ship for pickup.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Toombs stares morosely at the floor, lost in his memories. You give the scientist a shove towards the door. Your mission is complete. The Alliance courts will take it from here. I hope the courts are... I hope the courts are not corrupt. It is important to make sure that Corporal Toombs got his peace of mind. You have successfully surveyed a large deposit of palladium, heavy metal surveyed. What a beautiful scenery. I love this. Again, these creatures. So I'm guessing these creatures are multiplanetary? Multiple different planets have this kind of creatures. So how can they exist in different planets? Do they spread by, I don't know, by some kind of means to be able to exist on multiple different planets? Did someone brought them from one planet and spread them around on different planets? Interesting. You have successfully surveyed a large deposit of gold. Heavy metal surveyed.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
I reviewed your report on the situation, Commander. I'm glad to see you were able to take Dr. Wayne in alive. Now we can put him on trial and get some answers. Corporal Toombs seems to have found some closure. Hopefully with therapy, he'll have a normal life again someday. Thank you again for your assistance, Commander. Fifth Fleet out.
Okay, so the giant planet I saw earlier is the moon Thonal. One, two, three, 4 planets. What is this? MSV Fedele? Tungal is a massive terrestrial world, nearly twice the size of Earth, with a dense atmosphere of nitrogen and ethane. Its scorching hot surface is mainly composed of iron, with extensive deposits of heavy metals and radioactives. It is a mineralogical treasure trove, and many corporations are lobbying for mining rights. Who own this planet? The Alliance, I assume? Several attempts to chart Matol have been made, but none have been successful. By normal standards, a small rock planet, Matol has a dense atmosphere composed of carbon dioxide and argon, with a surprising amount of water vapor. Fogs and rain are common on the barren, lifeless surface. Matol is pleasant enough to be considered a terraforming prospect, though its low mass and the high radiation of the energetic blue star Herschel place it fairly far down on the list. Glugon's hydrogen-helium atmosphere is given a fairly dramatic emerald tint by chlorine and ionized gases. It has nearly 100 moons. Wow, that's a lot. Board? I can board this, okay. Lobaka is a moderately sized terrestrial world with a hazy hydrocarbon atmosphere. Its surface is mainly composed of chlorides, with deposits of solid and liquid form hydrocarbons. The Fedele is a Kowloon-class modular conveyor of human design. In addition to the standard cargo bay, the hull has several biological research modules attached. Registry, private owner, Dr. R. Hart. Garus told you about his encounter with Dr. Saleon, the geneticist. He regrets letting him escape the first time and hopes that you'll be able to track him down and bring him to justice. Garus gave the coordinates of Dr. Saleon's last known whereabouts. Head to the Herschel system in the Kepler Verge. We are in the Herschel system right now. Test subject. Why is the gunfire sound so loud? Wait, what? Who the fuck told you to use the... Who the fuck told you to use the... Fucking shit.
Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole!
Thank you. Thank you for saving me from those things.
Commander, that's him. That's Dr. Slekon.
What? My name is Hart. Dr. Hart. Please, get me out of here.
Are you sure it's him?
Positive. There's no escape this time, Doctor. I'd harvest your organs first, but we don't have the time.
You're crazy. He's crazy! Please, don't let him do this to me.
We'll take him in. Drop him off with the military.
But we have him. We can't let him get away. Not again.
If he dies, we'll never know what he's been up to, or how he did it. We'll take him in, interrogate him, and he'll serve his time.
Okay. You're right. You're a very lucky Salarian. You owe the Commander your life.
Oh, thank you so very much.
And so he dies anyway. What was the point of that?
So why did you shoot him? He didn't do anything. Why did you shoot him?
You can't predict how people will act, Garrus. But you can control how you'll respond. In the end, that's what really matters.
Yeah. I don't think I ever met anyone like you, Commander. Well, I guess we're done here.
Was he trying to fight back? I'm not sure. Salion's medical equipment is stained with the blood of many species. Pale blue, violet, orange, and more than a few dark red. Humans? But his work has ended here. Time to head back to Normandy. This is the doctor that grows clone organs inside living beings, right? Inside species. And then sold them. But some of them were messed up, according to Garrus' story. You found Dr. Slekon and tried to arrest him, but died trying to fight you off. Whatever sick experiments he was conducting are now over. Garrus seems relieved, now that it's over and Dr. Slekon is no longer free to cause havoc. Now we go to Armstrong Nebula.
Message coming in from the brass at Arcturus. Patching it through.
Normandy? Admiral Hackett here. We're getting reports of a marked increase in Geth activity in the Kepler Verge. Surveillance drones have identified Geth outposts on 4 different planets in the Armstrong cluster. We need someone to take them out.
Geth outposts on 4 different planets? Dang.
We have any idea what they're after?
Hard to say. They may be just gathering intel on us. Or maybe they're setting up staging grounds for hit-and-run attacks on human colonies.
It could be the first wave of an invasion.
Let's hope not. We need someone to investigate this, Shepard. Finding Saren is still your top priority, but you've got experience fighting the Geth. You're the logical choice to take out these outposts. We're transmitting all the locations of known Geth outposts in the Armstrong cluster to the Normandy now. Admiral Hackett out.
Armstrong Nebula, Hong, Vamshi, Gagarin, Tereshkova. Hong, Vamshi, Gagarin. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 planets. June Thor is a large terrestrial planet with a thick atmosphere of carbon dioxide and chlorine. The surface is mainly composed of aluminum with deposits of nickel. Surveyors found the ruins of a technical civilization near the equator, evidently the colony of an ancient spacefaring race. The ruins had subsided to almost nothing, merely wind-hollowed husks of archaeologies and other megastructures. In the center of the ruins was a single column, whose inscriptions defied translation for several centuries. When Asari linguists finally managed a translation, the elaborate relief carvings said merely, "Walk among these works and know our greatness." The crude scratches on base of the reverse side said, "Monsters from the Id." What? Scans revealed a wreck freighter orbiting one of Juntor's smaller moons. A recon team found no signs of life, but they did recover one of Matriarch Dilinaga's writings. Matriarch's writings recovered. Paresha is a relatively small hydrogen-helium gas giant with large amounts of hydrocarbons in the middle layers of the atmosphere. When the Krogan rebellions ended 3 millennia ago, the Turian chief of naval operations, a distinguished soldier named Mercury, declared his immediate retirement. He disappeared into what was then uncharted territory. It was only 200 years ago that his ship was found on the surface of Paresha's largest moon. It had landed gently and been deliberately shut down. Of Admiral Mercury, however, no trace was ever found. Wait, if this is a gas giant, how could Mercury land it on this gas giant? There is no solid ground, right? Oh, on the surface of... Okay, so the ship was found on one of the moon, not on Presrop itself. The ship was found on the surface, Presrop's largest moon. Okay, so why did Mercury went there? And why he decided to stay there until the day I assume die? How long are Turians? How long Turians live for? Asari lives for over 1,000 years. Gorgon live for centuries. How long do Turians live? As for the Solarians, I think I remember reading in the Codex entry, it is rare to find a Solarian who lived beyond 40 years old. Interesting. But there is no mention about the Turians. How long do they live? So why did Admiral Mercury retire on this moon and then stay here? What happened? Oh, I can land here. Solgerus is a small terrestrial planet with a thin atmosphere of nitrogen and argon. The frigid surface is mainly composed of water ice, which can be plainly seen in the bottoms of recent craters. The dark coloration of the surface is caused by carbon and ferrous material, pushed up from the denser core by cryovolcanic processes. Ontarom is a small rock and ice planet with a trace atmosphere of methane and ethane. The frozen surface is mainly composed of carbon with deposits of calcium. Ontarom has been used as a crude anchorage for terminus pirates for many years. The shells of temporary dwellings blasted by Alliance frigate patrols dot the surface. But always the pirates return to ground their ship's drive charges, chip out some water ice, and trade slaves and stories. The deeper layers of Ontarom's interior are semi-liquid slush. Due to the presence of methanol, it is thought that bacterium in the deep core create this natural antifreeze. Some species of terminus pirate drill through the ice crust to recover this natural alcohol. Natural alcohol? So if this planet is frequently used by pirates to ground their ship, why not the Alliance put a permanent presence here? Or not the Alliance, but the Citadel. Maybe they don't have the resources? Scans from orbit have detected a deposit of cobalt, light metal surveyed. Rayingri is a small barren terrestrial world. While it possesses a reasonably temperate climate and number of useful resources, no mining corporation is willing to risk investment. A rogue planetoid dubbed FUDS by the initial Salarian surveyor team, entered the system approximately 10,000 years ago and was trapped in a decaying orbit around Rayingri. It is nearing the end of its slow spiral inwards. Earthquakes and cyclonic windstorms are increasingly common on Rayingri. Within a few hundred years, the planets will rip each other apart. Some Asari travel consortiums have already announced sponsorship of cruises to observe the spectacle. The spectacle of the two planets colliding, I guess? Yeah, would be a sight to see, right? Asari travel consortiums. Yeah, I would love to, but centuries later, right? Shepard will not be alive if it's centuries later. What is that sound? Another cow-like sound. Scans from orbit have detected a large deposit of titanium, light metal surveyed. That must be Vats, the rogue rogue planet observed by the Salarian that have entered the orbit 10,000 years ago and will collide with Rayingri centuries from now. Vaz, the spectacle would be beautiful, I think, but Shepard will no longer be alive centuries later. You have successfully surveyed a large deposit of thorium, rare element surveyed. Oh my god, the device that turned people into husks. It is here. The Geth are here? Red triangles. Retreat, retreat. Retreat to this room, girls. Retreat here now, now. Jammed? The Geth are here? Really? Freaking Geth. Okay, before the Geth arrive, who inhabit this place? Scientists? Oh my goodness. More of them?
Outposts to go. The first step in a long journey.
So the Geth drops from their ship without using any device or a rope. They just jump down? Interesting. This down pod contains a League of One medallion. Its owner is nowhere to be found. Medallion recovered. You have successfully surveyed a small deposit of polonium. Rare element surveyed. The scavengers who made this camp are gone. They seem to have abandoned it abruptly some time ago. Because of the Geth, I assume. Oh, they're dead. Scavenger corpse. The burned corpses, evidently a mom-and-pop independent salvage team, show signs of close-range hits from Geth-heavy particle beams. Oh no, a mom-and-pop independent salvage team. And they encounter the Geth. What a bad luck. If only. It is said that the scavengers abandoned the camp some time ago. If only Shepard arrived sooner. Shepard could have saved this salvager. What a shame.